This is a very complicated issue. And here what I'm going to say to you is what I believe we need to do. And it may not be the perfect answer, but this is an issue that is bitterly dividing this country. You heard how this young lady, her emotions about her and her objectives and her family, bringing her here. You know, the majority of these individuals coming just want to feed their families. It's not that they want to, you know, take anyone's job. And so I think you got to be rational and deal with it in an honest way. And then recognize that the Congress and the President have decided not to do anything about it. So for 2 years, we're not going to have a resolution to this issue. But this is what I would do. I would do 4 things. I mean, you're looking at a border government. I mean, I live with this issue every day. 2 years ago, I declared a border emergency because of the flow of people, drugs, and the federal government was doing nothing. People were just walking in. A drug dealer walking in the other side. There was violence. And just think, I was criticized by Hispanic groups as saying, what did you do that for? Declare a border emergency. I said, my people were being threatened. Okay. So this is what we do. First, we got to enhance border security. I think that means National Guard. That means more Border Patrol Guard. But does it mean a fence? No. It shouldn't be a fence. You know why? You're going to build a 10-foot fence. You're going to have a lot of 11-foot ladders. It's not going to work. It's not America. You know, Ronald Reagan, I remember when I came into Congress, he was president. We didn't agree on too much. But I kind of liked the guy. He was a decent guy. And I remember him going to Berlin. And he had a summit with Gorbachev. And he said, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down that wall. I kind of like the old guy. Because, you know, walls haven't worked. The Great Wall of China didn't work. The Berlin Wall didn't work. This wall's not going to work, but we do have to tighten border security. The second thing you got to do, I believe, is you got to enforce the law. Those that knowingly hire illegal workers should be punished. Do what's right. That's the law. Enforce it. Number 3, what I would do is have a relationship with Mexico. Dan, come up here. All right. I'm going to make Dan the president of Mexico. All right? And here's what I have in mind. I'm going to illustrate it in this way. You know, when presidents have summit meetings, they stand like this, the flag turned back, they finish their meeting, the press is out there, and they say, we just had a very productive meeting. Yeah. You know, by the way, I've been in diplomacy when presidents say that means it was not a good meeting. So what I would say is, you know, Mexico and the United States are my friends. We're friendly nations. We're partners. We disagree on stuff, but that means that when you have negotiation, and you ask me the question, would I talk to these bad guys? Yes. But sometimes, even with friends, you got to deliver a tough message. And the tough message would be this. I'd say, President Dan, your new name is Dan Calderon. Okay? I said, Mr. President, I'm going to speak to you frankly. You got to find jobs for your people. Take care of your people so they don't feel they have to come to the United States. Give jobs to your people. At the very least, don't hand out maps in the easiest place. Did he do a good job?